Daanutsav week draws to a close, Rashesh Shah tells CNBC TV 18 and says that the idea of philanthropy should be to invest back into society. He's the chairman of Edelweiss, and he adds that philanthropy has to come from the heart and can't be regulated or forced. Take a look.
The idea is, can you invest a little bit back in the larger society? Ultimately, increasingly, we all realize that we have stakeholders. Stakeholders are our employees, our customers, obviously our shareholders, but also society at large. And especially India, the stage at which we are, the Indian society needs a lot of investment. Government is doing its best, whatever resources it has in the way it can. A lot of NGOs also doing great stuff. So if you can support them, if you can handhold a few of them and help them invest, by providing them financial resources, but also non-financial resources. And we see this as an investment game, and as a financial services firm, we obviously are very investment oriented. And then obviously, as you think about investment, you look at the efficiency of investment, what is the return. In this, you may not get the return yourself, but the society as a whole gets it.
Tell us something about the bond that you share with this whole concept of empowering children and hence giving them a better future.
When I meet a lot of these NGOs, the founders of these NGOs, the people who run these NGOs, the kind of commitment they show, the kind of motivation that they bring. So you ask this question that if they can do so much, can you do a little bit more? And I think we also are very fortunate. Our entire Edelgive team is also highly motivated. They get very energized with these NGOs. And as I said, with the employee engagement and all that, we do think every organization needs a conscience, every organization needs that softer side. Otherwise, you become just all for only profits and money and all. But you need to balance it, because everything in life is about balance.
All right, moving on. Amit Chandra of Bain Capital has been an active philanthropist and is engaged in many initiatives in the education of children and their welfare. He's also working towards elimination of drought in Maharashtra. CNBC TV 18's Nisha Poddar caught up with him.
I would say things that are particularly dear to us. Ashoka University is an institution that we've got together to build with many like-minded professionals, Ashish Dhawan, Pramad Sinha, Sanjeev Bikhchandani, to name a few. We are hoping that this will be a beacon of excellence. It will be one of the few institutions in Asia which will be of world standard. And most importantly, it will be a great example of collective philanthropy in our country. So that's one. The second example I'd like to give you is an organization that's not yet got off the ground, but it will open doors in November or December this year. It will be Asia's largest pediatric hospital, not very far away from here, under the chairmanship of my friend Mr. Ramadurai.
So what are we doing when it comes to water conservation? And you are going to the rural areas, hinterland, to really take care of that.
Yeah. Drought in the state of Maharashtra can actually be completely eliminated with not much of capital. We now have working projects in both Jalna as well as Beed, which shows that just interventions like rainwater sheds in villages, as well as dam desilting, if done in a big way, can, at a fraction of the cost that it takes to build irrigation systems, can completely eliminate the need for, sending water tankers, running drought relief schemes, can recharge the entire water table in all the 20 drought-hit districts that you have. And we've actually, done this as social investors. And there's been people like Prashant Jain, Nilesh Shah, and a whole bunch of others, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and me, who've basically got involved in doing these projects under the leadership of Nimesh Shah from Caring Friends. And it's been eye-opening over the last 3 years. We've now started talking to the Maharashtra government about this and encouraging them to adopt it, and we are planning to take this to other governments as well.
Well, and that was